Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing this Mario Kart circuit track set by Hot Wheels. I got this past Christmas for my daughter, so I've had it for about 7 months. I'll go over the pros and cons, as well as any secret tips that I've learned during the way. And so basically this comes with 4 Mario Kart racer cars, and so you get Peach, you get Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi. If you have other Hot Wheels cars, so I have a box here, unfortunately most of them do not work on this. They can go around the track and everything, but when it hits this little boost thing, they always fall off on the little loop-the-loop. And so unfortunately, you have to have the Mario Kart character cars in order to use this. I think out of this entire box of Hot Wheels cars, there's some planes and stuff in here too, but I think only 2 of them can actually work. I've tested them and only 2 of them work. So it's rare that you can get something that does work that's outside of the Mario Kart. Setup is really simple. The instructions are very clear and step-by-step. The stickers are pretty cool. They add some extra flair to the different pieces, and the stickers are fun to put on for the kids. Depending on the age of your kid, I would suggest that the parent helps out. Otherwise, they get put on a little weird, and they are hard to get off. So my daughter was 4 at the time, and she helped out, but I always set the first half of the sticker and then let her finish it off just so that it would look nice. So overall, it's a really great track. It looks good. It has options for additional track pieces to come in. I think there's another Mario Kart set that works with this, but if you have other Hot Wheels tracks, then you can add them to this. What happens is each lane has a starting gate right here, which is a boost controlled by the mushroom. You have to hit it pretty hard to launch them around the loop. So I'll do that now. Right? So, and then here they hit the boost and they go around the loop. This is a little bit hard for my daughter to get sometimes at 4. So just keep in mind, if you have kids under 4, it's going to be hard for them to get it going. So you might have to do that for them. You also have these little turtle shells, which is almost impossible to time. So it's more of a gimmick than a practical thing. What's supposed to happen is, as the opposing character is coming down, you hit this, and if you can time it just right, it's supposed to send them off over here into this, and then they have to reset their car on here and send them off. So that's how it's supposed to work. It doesn't necessarily in practicality. I think I usually spam this, and I can rarely get it to work. So this is unlikely to do anything. Now what happens is you pull this up on both sides to reset it, and then every time someone passes this, it lowers when it gets all the way down. So whoever hits, I don't remember how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 laps, and then this locks. So when the other player comes by, they get stuck, and that's how you know how they've won or lost. And then what ends up happening is this person keeps going around loop after loop after loop. So this person is having fun, and this person's constantly trying to reset the flag and get it going. It becomes a bit chaotic. I wish that there was a way to turn this off, because mostly what we do, we don't actually race on this, but we send the cars around the track and have fun, and this ends up ruining some of that fun. I don't know of a way to turn that off. Actually, there's a little lever right here. Maybe that's what it is. I never noticed that before, and it's not in the instructions. Let's see. Oh, that's it. Wow. Okay, so you learn something new every day. So never mind. That is not necessarily a con. There's a way around that, which I didn't even know of. It does require 4 D batteries, which is quite a bit. We've had the same set of D batteries since December, so for 7 months. It still works really great. It is pretty loud, which is why I haven't turned it on yet. It's pretty loud, and you can only have one car on each lane. Otherwise, they run into each other, and it just causes them havoc. So what'll happen is every time a car passes through the boost, it will launch them around, but the car going in here slows it down enough that if there's another car on the track behind it, this doesn't ramp up to full speed again, and so the next car won't make it, and it will usually fall off the track here on the loop. So that is another downside. I wish this was a little bit more powerful. You may have seen already, but as the cars pass by on the tracks, they hit these coins and cause them to spin, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool trick. And the coins, as you could see, the way it's set up is if it does a half loop, it will fall back. So that's pretty cool. Pretty easy way to do that. There's little Goomba characters. They don't do anything. This mushroom doesn't really do anything. It's just for looks. Another downside is the power button is all the way over here. So that's just like a little power switch. When you're playing, you're going to be sitting over here because this is where you launch your car and where you do the little attack thing, turtle shell. But for little kids, what that means is they have to walk all the way around because they can't reach all the way over here. So I think the positioning of that is kind of poor. I wish it was at least right here, because then the kids could sit here. They could be ready to play, turn it on right here, and not have to like walk all the way around just to turn it on and then walk all the way back. So kind of an oversight, I would say. Let's see, what else? Okay, so another downside, this piece right here never connects. So if I push this on, it'll connect, and what'll happen is the cars will go around the track, and then eventually as they pass by, I think as the cars go around here, they push a little bit, and what's going to happen is this is going to come loose. So that keeps coming loose, and as I'm playing with my daughter, I have to keep like pulling this together, and you only have a few seconds for each lap to like put it together before they come around. Otherwise you derail the cars. So let me go ahead and turn this on now. You'll see it's kind of loud, and I'll show you how it works. All right, so you turn this on. Those are spinning, and then I'll go ahead and launch. See, so it's hard for adults, it's hard for kids. Okay, so I just turned that off. As you see, one of the cars fell off, which is a frustrating thing. What happens, I'm not sure why, but one of the tracks has a better loop than the other. So I think Luigi was on this side, which means whoever's on this track, this outside track, inevitably ends up falling off more than this one. And so it's a little bit uneven, and I'm not sure what the fix is for that. I will also point out it didn't happen, but sometimes as the cars are going on this loop, they get destabilized. So usually what I do is I actually put this up against a wall, and that holds it tight. So as the cars are going up, it doesn't wobble and knock them off. So that's another thing to consider. It is really fun to play, and actually now that I learned this, I'm sure we're going to be playing with it a lot more. I do recommend the track because my daughter will play with it with her cousins. She'll play it with her friends when they come over. She'll play it with me and my wife, and then she'll just play it by herself. So I'm surprised the batteries have lasted this long considering the number of hours of usage this has got. It is fun to try and like set the cars up. Sometimes we set them up like that and see if we can hammer them through really fast, but it's almost impossible. Another thing that we do is we'll line them up in front of the boost. So I'll show you, and then we'll pass them through. But what you'll see, as I mentioned, this becomes a little underpowered, is it won't necessarily work. I think there was a car on the track there. Okay. So if we do this, okay, so we had 2 fall off over there already. So yeah, that's the gist of this. It's a really fun toy. My daughter was so excited to get this for Christmas because she loves Mario and she likes Hot Wheels, as you could tell by the other cars that we have. We have other track too. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. The downsides are so minor that you just don't even think about it most time, but it is worth pointing out because based on your situation, if you don't have like enough room for the kids to run on the other side, then that might be an issue. But other than that, this is a great set, and that's all I have to say. So I hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.